Duke, it looks like you were working on some baseline out of bounds plays, and you try to even turn that into a competition just to get guys going a little harder.
Yeah, today at least we did a competition out of it where we gave each team 5 straight possessions. Because not only do we want them going hard, but to me it's real important that you see what's happening and you kind of adjust during a game. So if you have 5 straight opportunities, you start to see how a team's playing you, then you start talking, amongst each other on the court, and I think we accomplished that today. Guys were really going after each other, and I think we learned there's so many layers to each play that I think we learned a lot of those layers today.
After about a week's worth of practice, so what's one thing that you just would like to see better? What could be anything, but what's something that's standing out to you that you guys need to work on?
Our spacing, and then our the idea of just continue to play no matter what, even if we mess something up. We haven't put a lot in, so what we're actually doing really well right now. But every once in a while the spacing breaks down, and then if someone makes a wrong cut, then everyone stops trying to figure out what they should do. And the idea is there are no wrong cuts. We have a play that we want to run, but if you mess that up, you just keep moving, go screen for somebody else, and kind of just keep the ball going. So those are probably the 2 things we'll keep working and cleaning up. And now that we're getting good at this other stuff, we'll continue to add more into the offense and defense.
What have you liked most about the week, just in general, from these guys so far?
Their effort's been incredible. I think they've done a great job of kind of starting the process of building a bond. The way that they're communicating with each other on and off the court. Some of the young guys, some of the vets have been great with, talking to them during practice. So I think it's been a successful week.
Competition level is where you like to have it.
Awesome.
Trying to fight for jobs.
The competition level has been phenomenal, and it's always a fine line because you don't want it to get too aggressive out there. But they're doing a great job of respecting each other, but pushing each other and fighting, trying to get wins.
How are you doing? Like, what kind of job do you think you're doing in your first kind of full training camp as head coach?
I have no idea. That's something you got to ask the players. I'm more focused on how they're doing than how I'm doing.
You feel good though?
I feel good. Yeah, I feel great. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
I mean, you feel good about what you're putting in.
I feel good about what our coaching staff is putting in. Yes, and the way the players are picking it up. Yes.
Injuries are obviously always part of the game. But I was curious, like in light of Simmons' injury, for example, have there been things that you try to do to, I guess, the way you structure camp to minimize any likelihood of anything?
No, I mean the only thing we do is when putting a practice plan together is we try to make it so that once we pick it up, there's not a lot of stopping and then going. So it's kind of warm-up drills, teaching drills, and then once we get going, we try to keep going so that the bodies don't cool off. But as far injuries are part of sports, they're going to happen. We have a great training staff and a great strength staff that do work and stretching and weight room stuff that should help. But whether someone gets hurt or not, there's not much you can plan for practice to help with that. Do we put emphasis on it? No, he's great. People keep saying how thin he is, and he is thin, but we did a one-on-one drill yesterday, and we told him you catch it wherever you want. He scored all of his points from the post against the guards, and then he was matched up with Julius, who's as strong as there is in this league, and he was holding his own out there. So I'm not nearly as concerned with his weight. I'm more, just focused on how he's developing, how he's growing into the NBA game, and he's a lot stronger than he appears.
With training camp winding down, do you get the sense the players are itching to play another opponent on Tuesday?
I'm sure they are, but it's we've had a good amount of competition here, so I think that's kind of helped a little bit. But just from I don't get that sense from the coaching standpoint, but being a former player, I know what it was like, and by the time that first preseason game comes around, you're normally pretty sick of only going against your own teammates, so they're probably looking forward to it.
Julius, everything was good with him, no stitches.
Who?
Julius.
I don't. He practiced. Whether he had stitches or not, I have no idea. But he's a tough kid, so I don't know. Julius, it's good. He hasn't got a ton of reps in it because right now we don't want our bigs popping. We want our bigs rolling on everything just to get used to doing that. But it looks good before and after practice. He's only had a couple jump shots in the flow of practice so far.